If talking about the literal linguistic opposite, the opposite of opposite is same or similar. If you are looking at the philosophical concept of opposites, it gets more complex. Such conceptual explanation is constructively incompatible, in terms of magnetism and laws of polarity, in essence to the literal linguistic connotation applicable to opposite, from a philosophical theological framework. In a universe wherein polarities have been hijacked and involuntarily swapped, and governed by controlled opposition, what is the opposite of such opposition? E.g., good is seen as bad, and bad is seen as good. Addition seen as subtraction, and multiplication as division. What would be the premise of the mechanism at play, governing such opposition within the opposition, if such inversion is sourced from an externalized and internalized source? This is a fascinating and complex question that delves into not only linguistics and philosophy, but also touches upon metaphysics and political theory, its connection to fundamental truths, leading to an internal inversion of values that manifests externally. It's a sophisticated system designed not to solve problems, but to disorient, confuse, and maintain control. A highly sophisticated form of reprogramming operating on what constitutes deception and propaganda on a foundational level of reality or perception. Regardless of the specific flavor, ultimately serves its own agenda, endlessly dividing and exhausting those who might otherwise seek genuine liberation. This could involve linguistic subversion, by presenting false choices, twisting the meaning of words and concepts until their original intent is lost or inverted. Not just about convincing people, effectively rewriting the hidden power structure that meticulously crafts and enforces narratives. This is a much more radical idea. Manipulation isn't just perceptual. It's a fundamental alteration of the being or nature of things, attributed to malevolent spiritual entities that possess the power to corrupt fundamental aspects of creation. A theological context. This sensory input or cognitive processes, rewriting the moral genuinely values, the perceive inverted realities, operating on a foundational level of reality or perception, effectively rewriting the moral and conceptual landscape. Given this scenario, the literal linguistic opposite of opposition, in its hijacked and controlled form, would still fundamentally be same or similar. However, this doesn't capture the philosophical or practical implications. To explore the premise of the mechanism at play governing such opposition within the opposition, this means that concepts that were inherently opposite have had their perceived values inverted. The apparent opposite is not a true opposite, but rather a manipulated one, serving a hidden agenda. It's a false dichotomy designed to maintain control, a manipulated construct. In the superficial sense, it's the unveiling or re-establishment of authentic polarity and genuine choice, irrespective of enforced narratives. Here are several interpretations of what the opposite of such controlled opposition would be. The ability for individuals to genuinely choose between actual opposing forces, rather than being confined to a false dichotomy presented by the controlled opposition, once the inversions are corrected towards a state where its fundamental laws and concepts are aligned with their true nature. This isn't sameness in the sense of uniformity, but a harmonious interplay of authentic opposites. This is where the philosophical and metaphysical implications become most pronounced. Would theoretically move the exposure of the hijacking mechanism and the rediscovery of objective truth regarding these polarities with the power and intent to manipulate fundamental reality isn't just a simple mix-up. It's a profound manipulation where the perceived opposite is actually a puppet, designed to steer everyone into a predetermined ditch. What's the true opposite of this twisted opposition? And what kind of mechanism could possibly govern such a deeply inverted reality in a world where the very concept of opposite has been co-opted and weaponized? A truly thought-provoking picture leading to a system of controlled opposition. Another intriguing idea is cyclical corruption or degeneration, where the universe's inherent order slowly unravels, leading to these inversions as a consequence of increasing entropy or spiritual decline. It's a universe losing its way from within, manifesting external chaos. The premise of the mechanism governing opposition within the opposition, the genuine opposite isn't just sameness. No, the real counterpoint to this controlled opposition is the restoration of authentic polarity and genuine choice, It's the unveiling of the true nature of things, where good is undeniably good and bad is clearly bad, stripped of all deceptive veils. It's about regaining the ability to make truly independent decisions, free from the manipulation of inverted truths. The universe's underlying energy, or vibratory patterns, have become corrupted, causing a ripple effect on its conceptual framework. The opposite of this, controlled opposition, is not simply sameness, but the mechanism governing this complex state of affairs, a powerful, manipulating force, whether technological, spiritual, or ideological, that has the capacity to fundamentally alter perception, language, and potentially even the ontological fabric of reality itself, has lost its connection to fundamental truths, leading to an internal inversion of values that manifests externally by creating a false dichotomy, ensuring that all apparent opposition serves to perpetuate its own control, rather than leading to genuine change. Where entropy and chaos naturally lead to such inversions, restoration of authentic polarity, genuine choice, and objective truth, a force that can literally shift the properties of concepts at a fundamental, energetic, or informational level. This would lead to coherence and harmony, not as a bland uniformity, but as the proper, uncorrupted interplay of natural forces. Beyond the looking glass, both leading to the same hidden agenda, then the true opposite isn't either of those false choices. Imagine it. If the system presents two false choices, both leading to the same hidden agenda, then the true opposite isn't either of those false choices.
Ultimately, it's about revelation and truth, exposing the hijacking mechanism itself and rediscovering what was genuinely real. If reality itself has been bent, it suggests a force of immense power and cunning at play. This isn't just about simple lies. It's about fundamentally rewiring how existence is perceived and experienced. It's a deep form of sophisticated deception, where the very concepts of good and bad, addition and subtraction, have been weaponized to maintain a hidden agenda. A designed adversity, forcing beings to look beyond the surface and discover deeper truths, perhaps as a filter to select those capable of discerning true reality amidst profound confusion. This inversion could be a controlled experiment or a test by a higher intelligence to see how entities adapt, evolve, or discover truth under extreme conditions. Less malevolent, but still manipulative, serves as a catalyst for growth, forcing beings to look beyond superficial appearances and delve into deeper truths. Only those who can discern the true polarities amidst the confusion are deemed worthy of advancing. Within the opposition is the very force or entity that instituted the initial hijacking, or perhaps its perceptual engineering, where sensory input is so thoroughly distorted that individuals genuinely see darkness as light. It's a system designed to disorient, confuse, and prevent individuals from identifying true solutions or genuine allies. Maintain control by presenting false choices. The controlling entity ensures that regardless of which side is chosen, the outcome still serves its agenda. Individuals waste energy fighting against manipulated shadows, rather than identifying and challenging the true source of the inversion. Meta-manipulation to deep sophistry. This isn't just propaganda. It's the art of twisting meaning at its very roots. Think of linguistic subversion, where words are slowly drained of their original meaning and refilled with inverted ones. It could be the result of an advanced simulation, where the architects can simply reprogram the parameters of reality itself. A more radical premise leans into ontological inversion, suggesting the manipulation isn't just in perception, but in the fundamental being of things, ultimately serves its own agenda, endlessly dividing and exhausting those who might otherwise seek genuine liberation. At its core, this is driven by absolute narrative control from a hidden power structure, diligently crafting and enforcing a new inverted moral and conceptual landscape. Their goal is to ensure that no matter what side you seemingly choose, you remain within their controlled paradigm. Consider quantum or metaphysical redefinition, where a powerful entity could shift the very properties of concepts at an energetic or informational level. This points to a force capable of literally altering the underlying laws of the universe.